Hello team, I hope that you are all well. It is currently 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday, Tuesday, the 3rd of October. Listen, it's been a trying and testing couple of days, let me tell you. That's why I haven't started this vlog till now. Happy October. It's going to be November for you guys now. Happy November. But I did want to get started on this vlog before I forgot what the frig I was doing with my life. It's been a really busy couple of days. I had a very stressful day yesterday. I was supposed to be doing Magic Monday sprints yesterday for patrons and ended up having a meltdown in the morning because my mortgage has now switched over. I have gone with a new mortgage company and I have never done this before, and it was very, very stressful. So money had come out with my old mortgage company. I thought money was then going to come out with my new mortgage company. I have got my car insurance coming out on Sunday, which is significantly higher than it was last year. And I need to fix this camera, get a new camera. So I was very, very stressed yesterday morning. Thankfully I spoke to my dad, I spoke to my mortgage advisor, and then later on the afternoon, very late in the afternoon, when I already got the answers from my mortgage advisor, my solicitor finally emailed me with all of the information that I had been looking for first thing in the morning. So it was a very stressful day, and I have been also stressed with trying to get the TikTok horror video out, well, filmed to start off with. I've not even got it out yet, and also the cozy fantasy video out as well, filmed. So I've done nothing but read for 2 days, and it's been a lot. I am going to be working from home tomorrow, so I have some flexibility with doing work for the company but also myself, which is great news because I actually need to film tomorrow evening's video. I haven't even done that yet. That's how far behind I am on stuff right now, all because I scrapped 3 videos, including the September monthly vlog, towards the end of September, right in the last few days of September, and put a load of pressure on myself to come up with 2 new ideas for the Sunday spooky October vlogs that I'm doing. It's been a lot. Anywho, you didn't come here to hear me whinging. I forgot what I was going to say. I am home this evening. I have been at Andy's since Saturday. It's now Tuesday. I have come home this evening because I'm working from home tomorrow, which my brother's done on purpose to allow me to have some time to sort my shit out with YouTube, but also do some work from home for him. But otherwise I've been staying at Andy's because we're looking after his brother's dog, Bella, who is a Pomchi. She's a Pomeranian Chihuahua cross. I'm actually fairly certain that she's a Chiat, a Chihuahua cat cross, or a Chihuahua bat cross. Her ears are fucking massive. But yeah, she is absolutely adorable. It's been really difficult for me to leave this evening because she spent the last 2 days with solely me until Andy's gotten home from work at 7 p.m. So he leaves the house at 6 and doesn't get home till 7:15. So she has been very, very attached to me, let's say, until bedtime, and then she's attached to Andy because he's a furnace and she gets to lie next to him in bed. So yeah, it was a little bit difficult actually leaving her, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just home for this evening, and then I will be back to his tomorrow evening just around tea time. I'm gonna have tea with him, and then Friday I get to spend the day with him. He's back in work Saturday, so I'll be working Saturday from his with Bella, and then Sunday we have a christening to go to. So it's all go, go, go. Monday I will be working in the office. Tuesday I will be with him, my last day with him until I go on my girls trip. Wednesday he's working, so I've got Bella. It's the last day with her. His brother's going to pick her up in the evening once Andy's home from work. I'll go home Wednesday night, and then Thursday I'm going to Jade's. And then Friday we have our girls weekend away till Sunday, and then Monday I'll come home from Jade's. It's a very, very busy. It's all go, go, go. You will have seen the video for the girls trip. You will have seen the TikTok horror video and the cozy fantasy video, and if you haven't, go and check them out. I'm hoping that they're fantastic, because the 2 other videos I had planned for those 2 were not. So I'm hoping that these are better. either way, there's a dog involved in both of them, so just go and check them out for the sake of Bella. I would. So yeah, right now I'm reading books for those 2 videos. Actually, I've just wrapped one of them up, so I'm reading a book for one of the other videos, so I'm not going to tell you about that because it's for the cozy fantasy vlog. But what I am going to tell you about is one of the books that has been left over from the TikTok horror vlog that I will not be able to get finished before that video goes live. So I've decided that I'm going to try and make my way through it throughout October and hopefully finish it in October. But that is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielowski. I've seen this a lot about. I've seen this about a lot. Let's try it that way around. I've seen this about a lot since its release in 2020. I know a lot of my friends have read it and really enjoyed it. So I've always been intrigued. I think I had this mental block in my head because I was confusing it with another book, which was Den of Vipers. These 2 books are entirely fucking different from each other. Den of Vipers is very much I don't even have the words. It's a very, very, very dark romance, whereas this is a horror. And I don't know why I had that mental block in my head, why I was confusing the 2. I'm not sure what it was about it. Anyway, I've managed to get my hands on a reasonably priced copy off of eBay. It's come today and there's no way I'm going to get it finished before Sunday because of all of the shit I've got going on. So we're not including it in that vlog. We're going to include it in this one and hope that I can get through it throughout the month. I'm currently on page 8, which is a bit of a lie because the first so many pages are in Roman numerals. So I have probably already read, I don't know, 20 pages, if not more than that. I'm here. I read those this afternoon to gauge how much I think I could get through before that video goes up, and the answer is not finish the book. So yeah, I'm going to try and read this during this vlog. I've got absolutely no fucking idea what this is about, even from what I've read so far. I'm going to guess what it might be about. I haven't read the synopsis or anything. There's no synopsis on the back. They're all just reviews. I have no idea what this is about. But it's a horror. It's about, I think it's about this old man and a movie or 2 movies. I don't fucking know what's going on, but I think what's happened is the movies apparently they don't exist, yet there is loads of reports about these movies. So they did at one time exist and then for some reason they no longer do. I don't know if it's then going to be a deep dive into the people that the movie was following, because they're 2 like short movies. I don't know if it's then going to be a deep dive into the people that were in the movies and exploring what happened to them, and then that's the reason why they've been then pulled and there's no trace of them found anywhere anymore, not even in reports or anything. I don't know. Shall we look up the synopsis and see what it actually says? Because I'm intrigued to know what the actual synopsis of this book is. House of Leaves. Fucking typical that I've just bought a copy off of eBay and now you can get it on Amazon with next day delivery, which they didn't have the other day. Okay, discover the nightmarish tale of a house that is bigger on the inside than the outside, that still inspires devotion among an army of fans. Experimental in terms of design, typography, structure and content, this is a fully immersive and novel reading experience you won't be able to forget. Perfect for fans of Twin Peaks, Black Mirror, Stranger Things and It. Fucking hate It. And I've never watched Black Mirror or Stranger Things. A young couple, Pulitzer Prize winning journalist Will Navidson and his partner Karen Green, these are the people that we've been following in the short movies, move into a small home on Ash Tree Lane, but something is terribly wrong. Their house is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Neither Will nor Karen are prepared to face the consequences of this impossibility. What happens next is loosely recorded on videotape and interviews, leading to a compilation of the definitive work on the events on Ash Tree Lane, unveiling a thrilling and terrifying history. Loose sheets, stained napkins and crammed notebooks prove to be far more than the rambling of a crazy old man. So I pretty much guessed the synopsis. I know it didn't sound like I did, but that was pretty much it. So the people, the video, the tapes and everything, that was following Will and his wife, and then the crazy old man was the guy that has died. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see what this is going to be about, and I'm kind of hoping that it terrifies the shit out of me, Otherwise, if you haven't watched a TikTok horror video, spoiler alert, there's going to be not one of those books on that list that completely and utterly terrified me to the point that I had to put it down when I was reading it at night time because it was too scary. Not that I didn't enjoy any of the books that I read in that video, because I did, but they didn't terrify me, and that's what I was hoping TikTok would give me, but it's not, so here we are. I don't know what I'm going to dive in for first off of my Spookopoly TBR. I keep doing that, Spookopoly TBR. I'm not sure, because I want to take one of the books with me for the trip next week with the girls, but I have to be careful about what I'm taking because I don't know how much reading we're actually going to get done. So I do need to be careful what I'm taking with me. So I'm not sure off of there what's going to be first on my reading agenda. I think once I finish the cozy fantasy video, I will feel better about picking something up from there. So I will let you know once I have picked something up from that list. But yeah, already though, I have read Lights by Brenna Thumler for the cozy fantasy video. I have read The Hacienda by Isabel Cañez for the TikTok video, and also Mexican Gothic for the TikTok video. So I already got 3 books knocked off of my 8-book TBR for Spookopoly, which is fantastic news. So I'm really happy with that. So progress is being made. I'm gonna go because I'm really bloody knackered and I would like to get a little bit of reading in before I go to bed and make sure that I can get up nice and early tomorrow. I'm shattered because Bella keeps moving about in bed. She keeps kicking me. So she's trying to get closer to Andy and she's kicking me. She kicked me right in the backside about 4 o'clock this morning, and I said, right, that's it, and I dragged her from underneath the blanket, from underneath the quilt, and put her on top of the quilt. I was like, you're not sleeping under there anymore. And he went, what's the matter? I was like, she just booted me right in the ass, and because I wasn't expecting it, it bloody hurt. So yeah, hopefully I will get a nice chilled sleep this evening because I'm on my own. Albeit that doesn't necessarily track. When I come back home, I don't sleep well at all. I'm usually awake till about 4 o'clock in the morning anyway, but fingers crossed I won't be, and I can get up reasonable time tomorrow and get a shitload of work done before I go back to his. So I will check back in with you, and I've got something to update you on. Okay, hey, it's the next day. It's the 4th of October. It is Wednesday, if I remember correctly. I've just got a couple of parcels to open. I've no update on House of Leaves, and I haven't started anything else yet because I am still trying to finish off the cozy vlog, hence why I'm wearing this, because I've just filmed the intro to the cozy vlog. But I do have a couple parcels to open, so I thought we could do that together, seeing as I'm not filming anything else really that I could open them in. Unsure. Oh, I think this is from Forbidden Planet. Yes. I think this is part of a delivery, an order that I made on Forbidden Planet the other day. So this should be full of manga, I reckon. Oh, okay. So I've got a manga and 2 graphic novels. So I do have Dick Fight Island Volume 2. It's really funny actually because I've just filmed my quarterly wrap up in which I was talking about this. So I do have the second one, so I can continue on with this series, which is great news. Then I do have Constantine, Distorted Illusions by Cami Garcia and Isaac Goodhart. I have read quite a few things from Cami Garcia before, and I am very excited about this. I don't have any idea if this will be any similar to the movie Constantine, but I do love the movie Constantine, so I am excited about that one. And then I also have 1 Year at Ellesmere by Faith Erin Hicks. I love rereading Pumpkinheads by Faith Erin Hicks and Rainbow Rowell every single year. And I saw, I think it was either Liv from Liv's Library or even potentially Riley from Riley Marie. I think it was Liv talking about this one, and it's just been released in the UK and it looks really cute. So I don't know if this is meant to be like cozy fantasy or not. I'm not 100% sure what it is about. It just looks adorable. So yeah, I'm very excited about that as well. Hoping maybe I can get to this one in October. Fingers crossed. The Forbidden Planet haul, which I am excited about. And then we do have the Fairloot, I think it's YA box. And I'm already excited about this because I know there's, well, I can see it first of all, but I knew there was a blanket coming in it. Let me just try and find the spoiler card. Okay, so this is September's YA box, which is Invisible Truths. And the tarot cards feature Addie and Luke from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is very exciting. I friggin' love that book. Very nice indeed. So we do start off with a blanket, and it says As Traverse on it, which I assume is from the V. Schwab series, which is A Dark Shade of Magic. I have only read the first one in that series. I do need to continue on with it. I'm always down for a new blanket. Is this going to be a smaller one? Not too small. It does look like this. It says As Traverse on it. Nice. I like the colour scheme. Lovely. Always down for a new blanket. Do I need one? No. Will I make use of it? Yeah. Yeah, I will. Oh, then we have some travel bottles. You know what? I just bought a new set of these from Primark as well. We have some travel bottles which are inspired by Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, which I am super stoked about. So they have the different quadrants on them. So we've got Infantry Quadrant, Healers Quadrant, Riders Quadrant and Scribe Quadrant. So that is cute. Very useful, very handy. We have a reading light. Wait, how does this work? Oh, it's one of those you put over the page. It needs batteries. It needs 3 AAA batteries. I did locate some the other day, but I think I'm running out, so I could do with some more. But it's got one more chapter on the top. That is really cute. And I think the way it works is, let's just find a random book. You pop it, turn it on, and then pop it over the page and it lights the page up for you. So, you know, if you're reading in bed with a partner asleep, you don't want to leave the lamp on. Very handy indeed. I've been wanting to get my hands on one of these, so thanks a lot, Fairy Loot, for saving me that money, because I do appreciate. Then we do have a Red Rising foiled bookmark. Is it bookmark or bookmarks? Bookmarks. There are 4. Oh, they are pretty. I read Red Rising and wasn't a fan, but these are super pretty. Look at those bad boys. They are very, very nice indeed. I like those a lot. They're nice. Then we have a Raven pin. What element of Raven is this going to be inspired by? The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. Should have known that was going to be the case. This is really pretty. Again, I've read the first one in the Raven Cycle but wasn't a fan, but I have thought about trying again and trying to binge the whole series. I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. I've already just mentioned in my quarterly wrap up that binging series for me is never a good idea. I get bored, but I kind of want to do it on the basis that it's one of Jay's favourite series ever, so you know, she's my bestie. I should make the effort. And then we get into the fairy sack. I don't know, man. Am I getting worse at these? We do have the bookmark that matches the spoiler card. We have a Dear Reader letter. This is really pretty. And we have the upside down. We have the fairy scoop, which I'll go through in a second. But then we have the book. Can I get this out without damaging it? Oh my god, it's beautiful. This is If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun. Listen, I have seen this about a little bit, and I only read the synopsis for the first time the other day because I found the audiobook on BookBeat, and I'm really excited about it. Black edges on top and bottom, and then gorgeous matching edges down at the side to match the cover. This is super pretty. Oh, I feel like this book might kill me off. I'm terrified at how pretty this book is going to be. Look at, oh shit. Fairy Loot. Look at those end papers. Listen. If you tell me you weren't obsessed with this, I'm gonna think you're lying immediately. I know character art isn't for everybody, but you know, I enjoy it. I quite like it. The Dear Reader letter is also printed in the book, and it is signed by the author. How cool is that signature? I love that. I might need to pick this up very soon. I am so intrigued by this. And we're not done, because I think there's art on the reverse of the dust jacket as well. Oh, good lord, that is beautiful. Oh no, I'm in another one of those situations where I don't know which one to have again. This is really, really pretty. I love that. But honestly, I truly love the cover as well. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm just going to put it back on as it is so I don't have to make the decision now. Let's find out what it's about, shall we? Kara's just trying to stay on top of all her classes, excel at her extracurriculars and prepare for college, which means not speaking to the dead, an ability she inherited from her grandmother. Goes to trouble and Kara doesn't need to add their problems to her own, but then she stumbles upon a body of Zach, a super popular but very newly dead high school golden boy in the woods, and guess what? He wants her to resurrect him. Cue trouble. Mirandason's debut touches on the power and conflicts of mother-daughter love, first romance and finding your place in the world while honouring your culture. Full of heart, humour and thrills, If I Have to Be Haunted will put a spell on you. Oh, this sounds like the perfect October read, I'm not gonna lie. I am so here for this. I'll haunt you for the rest of your life. You wouldn't dare. Try me. Dead. Yes, please. Oh dear. Is this gonna be my first, like, official read of this reading vlog? It could be a possibility. I'm definitely putting it on my October TBR because I haven't got enough to read as it is. Yeah, I want to read it. This is so pretty. Fairy Loot, you've outdone yourselves again. Amazing. Awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to unbox those with you. I'm so glad I did now. Those were incredibly pretty. The books that have been coming through recently have been top tier, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, just wanted to unbox those with you. I have had a very busy day already. It is currently, it's gone school time because all the kids have left. It's 4 o'clock and I need to start getting myself ready to go back to Andy's so I'm not too late for tea. So I have just got my stuff together for the christening on Sunday. We are going to a christening on Sunday. I need to pack up my work stuff. I have managed to film, edit, upload, schedule today's video, which was a huge stress. I did want to film another video for the Wednesday that I get back from Jade's. I get back from hers on the Monday and I didn't really want to stress myself out with having to film on Tuesday, but I haven't managed to do it and I don't want to rush something now, so I'll just wait till Tuesday. Maybe I'll come up with an idea by then of what to do. I do have a couple of other ideas, but I don't want to rush into doing one of those. I want to see what comes up next, what comes up in the meantime even, so I'll just film that on the Tuesday when I get back. But yeah, I am swiftly moving along with the other 2 vlogs that I'm currently in the middle of, which is the TikTok horror vlog, which is now finished. It is wrapped up and it's all been imported into my editing software so I can edit it on Saturday. And I just have 2 books left to finish for the cozy fantasy vlog. So I'm like not quite halfway through one of them and I'm 20% into the other, so I'm hoping that I can get those finished on Saturday as well. Fingers crossed. I might even get the chance to do some reading tomorrow. Me and Andy are off work, not tomorrow, Friday. Me and Andy are both off work on Friday. I'm going to be hanging out at home, just hanging out together, which will be nice because we haven't had a chance to do that yet this week. So I am hoping that maybe he might do a little bit of PlayStation or whatever and I might be able to get a little bit of reading in, we'll see, and then try and finish everything off on Saturday and wrap that vlog up. God knows when I'll edit that because I need to wrap it up first. And then edit the TikTok video and then that can go up. Maybe I might get a chance to do a little bit of editing on Sunday morning before we go to the christening, but we'll see. So fingers crossed I get everything done. So I need to get myself packed up, do a couple of Instagram pictures before I go, and then I can be on my merry way and chill out for the rest of the evening, hopefully, because I'm absolutely shattered. So I will check back in with you when I've got something to update you on. Wednesday the 11th of October. It's been a couple days since I updated this vlog. I've just got back from Andy's. I look like a hot mess because I've just been carting all of my shit out of the car. On the basis I've been there 11 days, I had a lot of clothes, I had a lot of work stuff because I've been working from there. I had a lot to bring out of the car, so I've just tried to distribute what I can downstairs and then bring the rest upstairs, and I'll sort it out in a minute. I then need to wrap up my cozy fantasy vlog so that I can edit the rest of that. I have a load of washing in the washing machine right now. I'm gonna have to put it in the dryer, stay up to make sure it dries, because all of that's coming with me tomorrow, because I'm going to Jade's for the weekend. I'm actually going to Jade's for tomorrow, and then Friday we're going to a country club. We're staying in a cabin on a country club with some other girlfriends and having a cute little spooky trip away, and I'm really excited. That will be in a separate vlog, so if you haven't seen it yet, I'll link it up here. But yeah, right now I'm back with a whole bunch of unboxings for you again. These monthly vlogs end up turning into, especially when I'm so busy with other vlogs in between as well, end up turning into just very large unboxings, and I do apologise for that. I don't fully know where all of these are from. However, we are going to start with my Amazon Prime Day deals, because I purchased these yesterday and they have come today. So I have also purchased a new monitor for my desk, but that's not coming till tomorrow, so I've got it ordered to my brother's because I'm not going to be here, and I don't want it sitting either outside or in the garage. They seem to have gotten a hang of putting things in the garage now, which is great news, because there was a period of time where they kept leaving shit outside in the rain for days on end. But I don't want it sitting in the garage for days because I'm not back until Monday. So I'm going to leave it at my brother's and I'll pick it up next week. But the first thing I do have is All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. I have had my eye on this for a while. It was on my wish list for a portion of time, and then I think somebody purchased it for themselves, but via my wish list, disappeared off there and never turned up. So that's happened on a couple of occasions with a couple of books, but this was reduced in price, so I did decide to pick it up. So it is a thriller. I haven't read from Stacey Willingham before, but I do have another one of her books on my shelves, which is A Flicker in the Dark, and I'm very keen to get to that one as well. So I'm hoping that I enjoy her writing style, because now I have two. So that is the first thing I purchased. Not everything is book mail, so let's find out what is in this box. It was right there. I forgot I got this much, to be perfectly honest. Big box to collect all the rubbish. Right, the other book mail that I did get from Amazon Prime Day was Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. This was reduced for Prime Day as well. This is one of his other 4 secret projects, so I have 3 of them now. The 4th one is coming out very, very soon. I will say I'm not a fan of this cover. Actually, it's prettier in person, I'm not gonna lie. I like the splash of pink and blue on it. It's prettier in person, but I'm not a huge fan of it That is a gorgeous colour though. I do love that colour blue. So I do have this as well. No idea what it's about, but it's Brandon Sanderson, and I have 2 out of the 4 anyway, so I might as well get the 3rd one. And then I'll get the 4th one next year when it comes out, and maybe if I haven't read any of them by that point, I will do a reading vlog. Who the heck knows? So the other bits and bobs that I did get that from on Amazon Prime Day that are not bookish, but are for my office, is a laptop holder in aluminium. This will hold my laptop, my iPad, and also my phone and or Nintendo Switch, etc. It's just handy to have on the desk so that if I'm not working on my iPad or whatever but I want it close by at hand, this is handy to have. So I did purchase one of those. That's very heavy. I did also get a USB-C hub, 6-in-1. My brother recommended me getting one of these to save me plugging a load of shit in under my desk. So apparently I can plug all kinds of stuff into this, which is great news, and it will save a whole bunch of wires and plugs. Apparently, I don't know how it works, but we're going to find out. And then I did get an LED desk lamp as well, because this was significantly reduced, and my brother's got one of these, so I thought I would get a matching one. It doesn't take up too much space on the desk, which is fantastic, because right now I am currently filling this desk up with all kinds of gizmos and gadgets. So that's great news. So I can set that up when I get back off my little trip. Let's tuck it under there. So the rest of this, I don't know fully what is in here. I have a Fairy Loot box. I've got a box here from a publisher. I have got a box from Waterstones, a box from Forbidden Planet, and then I'm not sure what this Fairy Loot box is because the address on it, it's my address, but it looks like it's come from someone specific. And I can't remember if I've bought books from someone specifically or something, some secondhand books. I don't bloody know. I don't remember these things. Am I meant to? Not in my nature eyes. Let's find out. Oh, I think it's for my birthday. Right, okay, we're going to wrap this back up and we're going to have to find somewhere special for that because I think that's for my birthday, which is in a couple of months, and I would like to save it for that. In fact, the special place we're going to find it is under the desk so I don't fucking lose it. Because if I try and put that somewhere else and keep it in a safe space, I'm going to immediately forget where that safe space is. Alright, publisher. I think this is from the publisher anyway, it says Hatchet on it. Yeah, I definitely didn't purchase this. Oh, it's from Orbit. Look at them. Back in my space again. Red River 7. They sent me Boys in the Valley, but I haven't read that yet. This is by AJ Ryan. Never heard of this author before. Publishing 12th of October. Tomorrow. 7 strangers, all bearing weapons but with no memory of who they are, must band together and undertake a terrifying journey in the heart of darkness. A man awakes on a boat at sea with no memory of who or where he is. He's not alone. There are 6 others, each with a unique set of skills. None of them can remember their names. All of them possess a gun. When a message appears on an onboard computer proceeding to point A, the group agrees to work together to survive whatever is coming. But as the boat moves through the mist-shrouded waters, diversions begin to form. Who is directing them, and to what purpose? Why can't they remember anything? And what are the screams they can hear beyond the mist? Internationally best-selling fantasy author Anthony Ryan, writing as AJ Ryan, delivers a nerve-shredding thriller in which 7 strangers must undertake a terrifying journey into the unknown. This sounds fantastic. Also, praise for Red River 7. RJ Barker has put full of action and suspense. Red River 7 is Apocalypse Now meets Resident Evil. Sign me up. I fucking love Resident Evil. Outstanding. And Philip Francasi, who is the author of Boys in the Valley, has said a madly entertaining amalgam of locked room mystery, heart-racing thriller and terror-inducing horror show that will keep you up late into the night and darken your dreams long after you turn the last page. That sounds fascinating. Thank you very much to Orbit for sending this my way. It turns out, I've just noticed as well, that the person that I should contact if I have any issues or more information It's from Little Brown. I didn't know that Little Brown was part, oh, it says at the bottom, part of Orbit. Interesting, because I do a lot with Pittacus as well, so that explains how I'm on their radar. That explains a lot. So that is that book. Thank you so much to Orbit for sending me that one. Wasn't expecting that at all. Haven't asked for it. Nice. All right, Waterstones. What's in the box? Oh, yay. Okay, so I will be getting the Illumicrate version of this book, but I reckon they're going to wait until volume 6 comes out as well and do the combo like they did with volumes 3 and 4. So in the meantime, I have purchased volume 5 from Waterstones of Lore Olympus, because it could be mid next year before we get our hands on the Illumicrate versions, and I like to read these books. So I have purchased a Waterstones edition. I will just sell it on or get rid of it once I have got the Illumicrate ones, which is exactly what I did with volume 4. So I did get that one as well. And then from Forbidden Planet, we do have 2 books that I pre-ordered that have now come in. So we have Witch Hat Italia volume 4. I am currently up to volume 6 in this series, but I know with 100% certainty that I want to continue with it. So I did pre-order volume 11 for its release, which has now happened. And also Clementine book 2 by Tilly Walden, which I also pre-ordered. I really enjoyed the first volume, so I'm excited to continue on with this one. It's from the world of The Walking Dead. So I had a really great time with the first one and wanted to, well, immediately pre-ordered the second one. So I have that too. And then last but by no means least, we've got the Fairy Loot adult box. Potentially. I don't know. There's usually a sticker on here that tells me what this is before I open it. Apparently not today. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, boy. Okay. So excited that this has come. Oh, this is like the perfect season to be reading this as well. Can I make it fit with something? Got the 24-hour F1 readathon coming up on Saturday and Sunday next weekend, so not this Saturday and Sunday, the Saturday and Sunday after, and I'm going to be rolling as I go on Spookopoly, so maybe I can make it fit for one of the proms. But it is Foxglove by Adeline Grace, which is the second in the Belladonna series. I really enjoyed Belladonna last year and really had a great time, so I'm very excited to continue on with it. On the top and the bottom we do have pink, and then on the side we have pink with purple leaves and flowers, actually just leaves. This is so pretty. I haven't even closed the book yet. The end papers look like this and also like this. Is it signed? Yes, it is. Signed by Adeline Grace, and then under the dust jacket it matches the Belladonna edition from Fairy Loot as well. I'm so... oh, I just love Past Me when she does shit like this. I completely forgot I pre-ordered this. I just love Past Me. And Fairy Loot, quite frankly. We did end up having quite the book haul. I'm very happy with this, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it's nice to come home to something like that, especially when I've got so much I need to do this evening and it's already like, what, 10:30? I've got so much I need to do this evening. I could do with getting up early in the morning. I'm setting off at 9:30 and I really want to shower and wash my hair, so I kind of want to get everything done this morning, so all I need to think about tomorrow is getting my hair washed, getting ready, packing the final few bits like my toothbrush, etc. I need to plug my toothbrush in. That was the thing this morning. I had sprints this morning with patrons and there was something that I needed to put on my list and I couldn't remember what it was. That was the fucking thing. I need to plug my toothbrush in. I need to do that as soon as I've finished here. And then just pack my last few bits and get on the road. Jack, and don't you look back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. So I need to get going after that ever so slight interlude, because I've got a lot of work I need to do and I'm already quite tired. The dog has exhausted me for the last 11 days and I'm so thankful that she's gone. I'm not gonna lie, she was getting right on my last nerve this afternoon. And She's adorable, she's great, I really enjoy her, but 10 days is way too long, and I've said to Andy that I would happily look after her again for a long weekend, but not 10 days. No fucking way, Jose. It controls your entire life, especially with a dog that's not yours, because you don't know if you can trust them leaving them at home for a long period of time or anything. So it's really hard work, and they're not familiar with the area. It didn't take her too long to get familiar with the flat, but it took her fucking ages to start eating food and figuring out where the puppy pads were, despite the fact that there was one in every single room. So yeah, it was really hard work, but she's gone now. Tomorrow I get to go down to Jade's. I'm so freaking excited, and then Friday we get to meet with the girls, and I am hyped for a nice cool weekend. I'm also excited to have some me time Monday night and Tuesday when I get back next week, before I get back into the chaos of work and, you know, seeing Andy again, etc, etc. So yeah, it's been very busy and I've got a shitload left to do. So I'm gonna make a move and plug my toothbrush in. I'm gonna do that right now, so I will check back in with you in a bit. Hello, happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday 17th of October, and I'm here to report that I'm actually doing some reading. I have a selection of books here that I've started, and I am hoping to make some progress in them. I want to make some progress in them today, but I'm hoping to make some progress in them over the next few days. So let's go through what I've got here. So we've got The Last Word by Taylor Adams, which is on my Spookopoly TBR. This one I haven't gotten too far into at all. I'm only 30 pages in, and I did start it at the beginning of the Cozy Cabin Getaway vlog. I started it the night before I went to Jade's, actually, well, early hours of the morning of the day that I went to Jade's, but I haven't continued on with it. I didn't get a chance to read any of it during that vlog, so I'm hoping to get back to this today and continue on with it. This is following a woman called Emma who's house sitting, and she finishes a really crap book and gives it a 1-star review. It's the only review online for the book, and then the author contacts her asking if she can take the review down. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but that 1-star review kind of harms him, especially with it being the only review. She says no. She has a right as a reviewer to leave her review where she wants. Facts. And then he asks again, she says no again, and then he says I will not ask again. She's like, good. So anyway, she's house sitting in the middle, essentially in the middle of nowhere on a beach. The nearest house is quite a way away from her. There's an older guy that lives there, and they've been playing hangman. They've been kind of communicating through a telescope and playing hangman on a whiteboard behind them. So that's the only communication she has with the outside world, and she feels like there's something sinister going on in the house. She feels like there's someone in the house with her. She keeps having these weird things of waking up in the night and there's someone stood at the end of the bed, or hearing noises in the house. So she's getting freaked out, and the story essentially is about a H.G. Kane, I think, terrorizing the shit out of her. So that's this one, and I'm really looking forward to continuing on with it. I will say the atmosphere already, I've only read the prologue and the first chapter, but the atmosphere already got me. I did start reading this early hours of the morning on, it would have been Thursday morning, so Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and I was freaked out. I had to put it down. So the atmosphere's already got me with that. Then I did start Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I don't know if this specifically went, I can't remember if this specifically went on my Spookopoly TBR, but it is my Patreon buddy read for September, October. I started this last night and I got 71 pages in, and so far I am enjoying it. I'm having a good time. We're following two rival journalists who find love through a magical connection. Their fate depends on their facing the depths of hell together. So after centuries, there's these gods warring again, and our main character Iris, who's only 18 years old, her brother goes away to war. He's 5 years older than her. He goes away to war and she stops hearing from him, and she's really worried. The newspaper that she works for is starting to write columns about the missing soldiers in war. And then a letter that she writes to her brother falls in the wrong hands. Those are the hands those of the handsome but cold Roman Kit, her rival at the paper, an unlikely magical connection forms. Expelled into the middle of a mystical war, typewriters in tow, can their bond withstand the fight for the fate of mankind, and most importantly, love? It sounds fascinating. I've heard fantastic things, and so far I'm enjoying it, so I'm going to continue on with that. And then last night I don't know what happened with me last night. I was reading The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which I read for the cozy cabin getaway, and I did finish it this morning, but I got to a point where I had to stop reading it because the word headless horseman was in the book, and I read it as horseless headman. And I was like, that's it now. I can't physically read anything else. I'm going to need some audiobooks. So I started this one and also Divine Rivals. So the other book that I did start is If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun. And this one is on my 12 books I want to get to by the end of the year TBR. And when it came in the box, I immediately said, I'm sure I unboxed it actually not too long ago in this vlog. When it came in the box, I said that I wanted to add it to my TBR. So I started listening to it last night, and it's actually the Ferally read along for this week as well. So I thought, well, I might as well try and join in if I can. And I got 102 pages last night. The first stop for yesterday actually was earlier on than that. It was, there's no page number, 79 pages in, so I went further than that, and I'm really enjoying this one. This one is following Cara. She's just trying to stay on top of her classes and excel at school. However, she can communicate with the dead, and she can see ghosts and stuff. Her mother has told her never to allow anybody to know about this, and her mum tries to ignore the fact that she can do this. She actually resents her own mother for giving her this gift. Well, for Cara having this gift. Her grandmother is actually dead, but she communicates with her all the time. She chats with her all the time. And then the popular boy at school dies. And he's asking Cara to help him resurrect him. Yeah. So that's what's going on with that, and I don't know if there's going to be some romance or something in this as well, but there's like a mother-daughter relationship. There is first romance, finding your place in the world while honouring your culture, and so far I am really enjoying this. It's really, really good. I'm having a good time with it. Flows very, very fast, and I'm really enjoying myself. The banter in here is great as well, especially between Cara and, what is his name? Zach. So I'm having a good time with it. So those are the three. You can't see the last word. Let's try that again. So those are the three books that I'm currently reading. I don't know who I think I am. I've gone back apparently to reading multiple books at the same time, which is great news for me because I haven't done that for years. Probably since actually I stopped working a 9-to-5 job. Once I started working for myself, I got into the habit of reading book after book after book instead of reading multiple books at the same time. So, and the thing about this as well, what usually happens is that I have a physical read on the go, whether that be on my Kindle or it's like a graphic novel, and then an audiobook. These are 3 audiobooks, and 2 of them are fantasy. I don't usually do that either, so I don't know what's going on with me, but I was just in the mood to start them, these 2, last night, and I'd already started The Last Word. So I don't know what my plan is. Well, I do know what my plan is for the rest of the day. My plan is to read for the rest of the day. Today has been a very much so laid back, chill day. I did just do a little bit of work to finish wrapping up the cozy cabin getaway vlog and upload that. So I've just done that. I've ordered some bits for my sister-in-law's baby shower in November, some decorations, so I'm on with that, which is great news. And yeah, my plan is just to chill for the rest of the day. I think I want to watch a movie later. I'm not sure what, and maybe a bit of YouTube as well. I could do with eating something. I've had a teeny tiny flapjack all day. I keep forgetting to eat. So I just kind of want to read, to be honest, and see how far I get in these books for the rest of the day. It is, I don't know if I've told you the time, it's currently 3:45, so it is later on in the day. I didn't get out of bed till, well, I woke up at 11 and I didn't actually get out of bed actively until 12. I've treated myself to a lazy day today because I needed it desperately. It's been such a busy whirlwind 3 weeks that I just truly needed a break and to just do almost nothing. I've tidied up a little bit in my bedroom. I do need to put some more clothes away. I've got 2 loads of washing that need to go away, and I will bring myself to do that at some point. Once I'm listening to my audiobooks, I'm going to be looking for stuff to do. So I'm going to pop my headphones on so I can mooch around the house and get stuff done. I do have some pots I need to wash, and I do need to make myself some food. It's just that weird time now. If I eat now for tea, I'm going to be hungry at like 8 o'clock again. So it's like that weird time. Do I try and push it another hour? I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to go. I'm actually thinking that I might try and make my way through some more of The Last Word. I'm really feeling being creeped out, and I feel like I would feel better if I started reading that in the daytime when it's light, because it really freaked me out the other night. So I think I'm going to try and mooch through that and see how far I get, and I'll come back and keep you updated. I do have a couple of orders from Amazon coming at some point today, so I may come back and unbox those with you. So far this has been very much so an unboxing vlog, and I do apologise for that. So I am trying to get some reading in, and we'll see if I can get some b-roll in with that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will check back in with you in a bit. Okay, howdy. Many an hour has gone by. It's still Tuesday, but it's now 10 to 9. I've been doing a bit of reading, not too much, but I've been doing a little bit with The Last Word, and I am now on to, because I'm listening to the audiobook of this, I'm on to page 103, so I'm over the 100-page mark. The atmosphere in here has knocked it up another notch, which is impressive saying something, because the prologue and first chapter already had it way up there. We now have the situation in which Emma is, she was getting to a point where she was getting ready to leave the house that she's house sitting because she was getting way too scared. We've now got to a point where the person who has been causing her this distress has now turned up, and she's had a confrontation with him. So I'm intrigued to see where the rest of this goes. I don't know if reading this in night time is going to be a good idea when I live on my own, but we'll see what happens. I am going to continue on with it for a little bit. I've come up just to do a little bit of admin, so I'm going to see where this goes and carry on with it for a little bit. And if I'm not having a good time with the night time with that, I will pick up one of the other books. But I have some book mail as promised, so let's open this up together. I think this is the Feraloot adult box, because the girls were chatting earlier to say that they've received theirs. So the theme this time is My Dear Nemesis. Is that going to focus on there? Hello? There we go. My Dear Nemesis. And the book looks like this. It is the Hurricane Wars by Thea Granzon, I think. This cover is really, really pretty. I'm undecided whether I prefer this or the original. I know nothing about, oh, them edges nice. I know nothing about this book. Those edges are stunning though. We do have a Dear Reader letter with some very pretty artwork underneath as well, on the reverse, sorry, as well. It is signed by the author. The end papers are very pretty indeed. Oh, I've just seen the back. The naked cover and this, and then the naked cover does look like this. That is gorgeous. That would be beautiful on the shelves on its own. Absolutely stunning. I know nothing about this. It's adult fantasy clearly, but other than that I know nothing else. It's quite a chunky boy as well. 470 odd pages. On the back it says, the Night Empire casts a long shadow over the land. Nothing can stand in the way of its might and power. Year by year the hurricane wars take and take, and yet there is hope in the darkness. One lone light stands against the empire. Interesting. I don't want to read the whole synopsis because it's a long one. A very long one. And this video is long enough with unboxings at this point. So if you want to know more about it, go look it up. And then I do have a few Amazon parcels. So the first thing I did open, I took it straight out the bag. This is a new mat for underneath my desk chair for protecting the laminate flooring. So I'm hoping that this is big enough, or not too big as the case may be. So I have ordered that, and I have already opened it. I haven't put it down on the floor, obviously, because I've just shown you. But I did order that. And then books wise, I did just order a couple of books. There was a few that have just recently come out that I really wanted to get my hands on, and then one that I've had my eye on for a while and keeps disappearing off Amazon. It keeps becoming unavailable, so it came back. So I didn't want to miss out on it again. It's a graphic novel called Hollow. I can't remember where I saw this, where I saw someone talking about this, but I'm intrigued by it anyway. I don't know anything about it. A coming-of-age tale that's at once a faithful homage and a freewheeling spin-off of the classic Legends of Sleepy Hollow and everyone's favourite headless spectre. So that's intriguing. I only watched Sleepy Hollow for the very first time actually a few months ago with Andy. He made me watch it. It was quite good. Bizarre but good. And then the other two that have recently just come out, we do have A Holly Jolly Ever After by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. I loved the first one, which was called A Merry Little Meet Cute. I really loved that one, so I'm excited to get my hands on this one. This is following, it's an opposites attract in a spicy holiday rom-com. I was really surprised actually at how spicy A Merry Little Meet Cute was, so I'm very excited to have this one. But following an actress, Winnie Baker, and also Callum Lieberman, an ex-boy band member. So we're following those two in this one, and then obviously my copy of Hopeless by Elsie Silver, which is the 5th book in this series. I believe this is the last one as well. Yeah, 5th book in the series. I believe this is the last one. I'm only up to the 3rd one, but I'm now excited that I have the whole series so that I can binge them. So that's very exciting news. So yeah, just a bit more book mail there for you with these 3 and this one. And I'm going to get on with a little bit of admin and listen to some more of The Last Word. So I will check back in with you when I have another update for you. Probably wait until I finish The Last Word now, so I don't know how long that will be. Okay, hello. It's currently Monday the 23rd of October. We are rapidly coming towards the end of this month and I feel wildly out of control with everything. But I apologise for this. I don't actually, but I've got a couple more unboxings for you and then a little bit of a reading update. I've just done the 24-hour readathon, the F1 readathon, and had a very successful weekend to say the least, so I need to wrap that up. Today's not started how I wanted it to. I'd made the decision not to do Magic Monday sprints this morning on the basis that I knew I would be knackered after sprinting all weekend with my patrons, so I made the decision not to do them, and I feel like that could have been a bad decision. I am knackered after sprinting all weekend. I'm not in the mood for sprints, but that therefore means that it is 12:40 in the afternoon and I've only just had a shower, got myself ready to settle down and get some work done. So I don't know how productive today's going to be. I was meant to be going to Andy's this afternoon. I might have to postpone that either till this evening or tomorrow because I still have a boatload of shit to do. I've got the biggest mountain of washing sitting on my bed that needs to be put away. I didn't move any furniture this weekend like I'd hoped. I have bookmarks to pack, I have a video to film, I have 2 videos to edit, and I'm a little bit stressed. So I thought we would de-stress by opening these first. The first thing I do have is Wildlands by Stacey Marie Brown. I didn't continue buying these when I bought Savage Lands on the basis that I wanted to read the book first. I had Savage Lands for a while. In fact, I didn't buy Savage Lands, Cece got it for me. But I had it for a while. Becca did tell me once she found out I got it that she wasn't sure I was going to like it, and I read it this weekend and freaking loved it, and I immediately needed the next one. So I will be reading this in November. I am going to be filming my November TBR in a minute, which is stacked up here. So I'm going to put this immediately on there. This is a apocalyptic romance book following a girl who basically, this world has been divided. There is the Fae lands and the human lands, and the Fae and the humans don't get on after a war 20 years ago. And this young girl, 19 years old, she basically has found herself in the middle of it, quite frankly. She's been orphaned, she was taken in by the king and queen as their ward, and now they are trying to push her off to quite a vicious family to marry into them so that there is an alliance essentially, and then she ends up being taken to a fae prison. And it all kind of goes wrong from there. And it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. The writing was so engaging. The book was fast paced. I really enjoyed the romance. And I'm not joking, the sexual tension between two of these characters is impeccable. It is so good. I was really hoping at some point we would get something out of it. We will see, but I'm excited to continue on with Brexley's story with Wildlands. So I do have that. Then we have a pre-order from Forbidden Planet. I really need to do a recycling run as well. I have cardboard all over the house. Again, James would be so disappointed. I do have Unfamiliar Volume 2. I read Unfamiliar earlier on this year and immediately pre-ordered Volume 2. It was so cute. So I would potentially like to get this before October is out. It's not very big at all, to be fair. If not, I want to read it in November. So I really love this series. This follows a young kitchen witch, Planchet, and she basically knows nothing other than magic in the kitchen. She moves to a new town because it's not very witch friendly in her own town. There's no other witches around. She moves to a new town where there's more witches, and she has a haunted house, and she asks the other witches in town if they can help her try and sort this house out, and it was really adorable and I loved it. So very excited to have Volume 2 in my hands. Then we do have a very dirty, oh, I was showing you my address, but very dirty Illumicrate box. I can't show you how dirty it is. It's very dirty on the bottom. I'll put that on these clean leggings. We have, oh that's pretty, we have After the Forest by Kell Woods. This is beautiful. We have green on the top and green on the bottom, and then down the sides it looks like this. I have never heard of this before. Okay, under the end papers look like this, and then this, and under the dust jacket it looks like this. This looks like a proper old school book. Do you know what I mean? It isn't signed. So, what is this about? Ginger, honey, cinnamon, flour. 20 years after the witch in the gingerbread house, Greta and Hans are struggling to get by. Their father and stepmother are long dead. Hans is deeply in debt from gambling, and the countryside lies in ruins. Its people starving in the aftermath of a brutal war. Greta has a secret though. The witch's grimoire secreted away and whispering in Greta's ear for the past 2 decades, and the recipe inside that makes the best gingerbread you've ever tasted. As long as she can bake, Greta can keep her small family afloat. But in a village full of superstition, Greta and her mysterious, addictive gingerbread, not to mention the rumours about her childhood misadventures, are a source of gossip and suspicion. And now dark magic is returning to the woods, and Greta's magic she is still trying to understand, may be the only thing that can save her if it doesn't kill her first. Nice, it's Hansel and Gretel retelling. Interesting. I haven't read a lot of books about Hansel and Gretel, I'm not going to lie. I know the story of Hansel and Gretel, but interesting. And then last but by no means least, we've got the Owl Crate Junior box. This one is for Creatures of the Night for October. So we start off with a large box, which I'm going to assume is a bowl, because that's usually what comes in these boxes. Everyone's got to eat. Boogie people eat for you. Nice. I'm going to assume like a boogeyman inspired. Oh, inspired by one of our favourite magicians and dwellers of the supernatural world, and Mari and the Night Brothers. Interesting. I would not have given it that colour scheme. Fair. Then we have this. Oh my god, what is in here? Oh, it's a game! Beastly Backgammon. Nice! Oh, shine a light. So you get some green and orange things for your backgammon and a dice. 2 dice. Nice! That is cute. And you know what? That would fit in a bag very easily to take on holiday, because it just wraps up. That's really cute. I wonder if I can teach Thomas backgammon. I would have to learn it first. Then we have some pens. Monstrous pens. Cute. The theme here is clearly green and orange. And we have a Learn to Draw book as well, which is adorable. Oh, it teaches you how to draw monsters. I like that. That's cute. If you don't know who Owl Crate Jr. are, by the way, they are a middle grade monthly subscription box. So I do have a discount code for you as well, if you want to check them out in the description box down below. Next month's theme is Pirate Trove. Nice. We do have a pin that will match the book as well to go on our pin flag that we got at the beginning of the year. So this one is for Readathon in the Company of Monsters. Cute. And then the book. The book always comes packaged. The book always comes cellophane packaged to keep it protected and put all its little paperwork with it. So we do have a signed book plate. We have a recipe for Monster Mash. Cute. We have a Dear Reader letter, and then we have the book Readathon in the Company of Monsters by Sian Smart. Nice. In the world of monsters, causing trouble is the best thing you can do. Oh, there is some artwork on the reverse of the dust jacket. That is cute. I think that's the first time we've had that from Owl Crate Jr. Cute. Welcome to Below London, a magical world of monsters. Readathon is a notorious troublemaker, infamous prankster and overall misfit, but when he sneaks out to go to trick-or-treating on All Hallows Eve, he gets way more than he bargained for, in the form of a monster straight out of his Nana's stories from the Book of Night Things. The weirdest part, the monster tells Rayleigh that the father he never knew is actually the boogeyman, the most terrifying of all monsters, the supreme scarer himself. And there's more. Boogeyman has been kidnapped and Rayleigh is the key to resurrecting him. But to do so, Rayleigh must travel to Below London, the magical underworld of monsters, where his passion for tricks just might help him survive an adventure straight out of his wildest dreams or perhaps his darkest nightmares. Interesting. That sounds really good. This cover is beautiful. Nice. I've dropped my signed book plate. Nice. Alright, so that is everything to unbox. So let's give you an update on reading. I am still reading Divine Rivals. I've not made any more progress in this. I'm still 71 pages in. The fact that I know that off of the top of my head is very pathetic. I am also, because I didn't check that, I am also still reading If I Have to Be Haunted as well. This one I do need to check because I did make more progress in it. I'm 138 pages in. I would like to make more progress in both of these this week, if at all possible. But it's going to be a busy week because it's Andy's weekend off, so he's off today, tomorrow, and then I'm in work Wednesday, Thursday, he's in work Friday, and then he's off Saturday, Sunday. And then last night in bed I did make the decision. I was going through the books that I put on my 23 books in 2023 list because I really need to get caught up with that. Some of them ended up on my end of year TBR, which I'll leave a link to up here if you've not checked it out yet. Would recommend doing so. And I was trying to work through my November TBR and then think about what I would want to read in December in order to try and aim to read all of these books. Why I think to do these special TBRs is beyond me, because it's never a good idea. I'm never going to achieve them. But one of the books that I really did want to get to was Gallows Hill by Darcy Coates. Mel recommended me this one from Eleanor Reads. Cassidy was going to recommend it me, but she ended up recommending me Into the Drowning Deep, and then they both agreed that those were the books they would have recommended, so I ended up with both of them on my 12 books from 12 friends. So the only issue I had with this, because I really wanted to put it on my November TBR, try and get to it in October as well, there's no audiobook. And if you know me, I audiobook everything because I have ADHD. And it means that sitting down for a long period of time, physically reading a book doesn't work well for me. I need to be multitasking. I need to be packing bookmarks or making thumbnails or playing a game or tidying the house or doing a multiple things at once while I'm listening to an audiobook. That is how I function. So sitting down and physically reading a book, a novel, not a graphic novel or a manga, because that's fine because it's in short bursts, but a book is a struggle for me these days. So I'm always devastated, and I shouldn't be doing it, but tend to avoid books that don't have audiobooks anymore. Just because it means I can't multitask. I do so much better with reading when I'm multitasking. If I have to physically read something, it's going to take me forever to get through it. So I thought I thought we'd get a jump on this. I've ended up downloading the Kindle book to my Kindle. So yes, I've purchased a physical copy, and now I've purchased the Kindle book as well, because I physically read better on my Kindle. I can focus a bit more. I don't know why that is. And I gave it a start last night because I thought I would get into it last night. I didn't get too far. I was absolutely knackered. It was after the 24-hour readathon. I'd been reading for 2 days straight. And I just thought I would give it a start and see how far I get. And I only got 24 pages in, but I have started it now. This follows a woman called Margot Hill, and we open up essentially with her going to the funeral of both of her parents. She is now an orphan. However, she hasn't seen her parents in more than a decade. When she was 8 years old, I don't know the full ins and outs yet, I'm not sure what's happened, but she was shipped off and she hasn't seen her parents since, so she doesn't really have much memory of them. They own a winery called Gallows Hill. Now, so she's come to this funeral. She's then found out that she now owns Gallows Hill Winery, and she has some decisions to make. However, I think this is going to be a haunted house story. There's going to be some weird goings on. And that is all I know about this book. So I'm intrigued so far. We've had the funeral. She's now at the house with the guy who's known her family for a very long time. I think she's going to get a lot of answers from him. But the main answer she wants is what happened to her mum and dad. Because apparently it was a heart attack. How you would have a couple both have a heart attack at the same time and die at the same time is beyond me. But that's all the coroner said. And apparently people are okay with that. So she would like to know more though, so I'm intrigued. And yeah, that is the other book that I'm currently physically reading. And to be honest, I have wanted to get back into physically reading because I used to have a physical read and an audiobook read at the same time. Obviously I wasn't sat physically reading while listening to another audiobook, but if I was doing stuff where I needed to pot around and get stuff done, I could audiobook, whereas if I had time to sit down and physically read for a bit, I would. These days, I really struggle with the physically reading, but I would like to get back to it and have multiple books on the go. Right now, I have 3 and 2 of those are audiobooks and fantasy, and I shouldn't be doing that to myself. If I'm reading multiple books, they need to be of different genres, you know? Anywho, that's what I'm currently reading. On my Spookopoly TBR, quick review of what's left. I currently still have Starfell, Willow Moss and The Magic Thief. Sorry, I'm just looking at it over there. I currently have Hidden Pictures and I have The House of Salt and Sorrow still left to go. And we have 7 to 8 days of the month left to go. So I need to get a shufty on, especially with this week being so busy. I'm not home much. And I don't have a great deal of reading time this week. Monday, Tuesday next week will be days at home until the evening when I go to Andy's on Tuesday. And then I will have Thursday evening this week and then most of the day Friday. I do have a physio appointment Friday morning though for my hips. I'm finally going seeing someone about my hips because it got the pain was excruciating the other night. So I finally phoned the doctor and I've got a physio appointment on Friday about my hips. So yeah, if you don't know, I had an accident about 17-18 years ago where I fell on my left hip over a retaining wall. It wasn't a very high retaining wall, it was about 3 feet on the other side, but landed on my hip. I was in Egypt with my parents and got rushed to hospital, had some x-rays done. They said everything was fine. About 8 or 10 years go by and I've lost a boatload of weight at that point, about almost 3 stone, and I'm really struggling with my hip, especially in winter because there's no fat around it anymore to keep it cushioned. So I go to the doctors again to double check I haven't got arthritis. They tell me everything's okay. This was my old shit doctors back in West Orton. And then I just kind of left it. I piled the weight back on, not the same amount, but I did pile some of the weight back on. And now I'm at a point where my right hip is actually hurting severely and so is my lower back. And I sleep on my side, so it's disrupting my sleep, it's disrupting me in the day, it's limiting what I can do, and I want to get it sorted. I've just been terrified that the doctor's going to tell me it's because I'm overweight and that's the sole reason. So I've been avoiding going, but I'm gonna go on Friday. I've got a physio appointment. She sounds really nice and I'm kind of looking forward to it. I just want it to be just something to be happening to make it better, and to a point where I feel confident enough to start exercising again, because I'm terrified that I'm going to cause more damage. So I just want someone to be like, no, you'll be fine, don't panic, or these are your limits, you know. I just need some medical help. So that's what I'm doing Friday morning. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I've got a lot of work to do. I've been here 20 minutes and I really need to get a shufty on, so I'll check back in with you when I've got another update for you. Hello, it's me. Of course it's me. It'd be weird if it was someone else. It's Friday the 27th of October. It is currently 1 o'clock. I've had a very late start to the day again, and I'm here to give you a little bit of a reading update, not too much, but also tell you about my plans this weekend. It is now the final weekend of October and I have some hefty reading plans considering Andy's off work Saturday and Sunday. I've been looking after Thomas Saturday night from about 3:30 onwards. Matt and Tara have a work event to go to for Tara's work thing. 20 years since the salon opened, so they're going to that. And I have got Thomas. I don't know if Andy's coming with me or not. He probably will, so in that case I probably won't have much time to read, but if he doesn't, once Thomas is down for bed, I will have time to read till Matt and Tara get back. But yeah, also if Andy goes on his PlayStation, also time to read. So it's also Vampathon this weekend, which is hosted by a lovely bunch of people. It's hosted by Jodie, Mika, Kay, Kat and Jan. Sorry, I don't know everybody off by heart. I've heard about it through Jodie, and I don't usually take part in this, but I kind of thought it might encourage me to get through a few more books, so I wanted to give it a go. But my pile that I've ended up coming up with does not include the books that were on my October TBR. I think I've gotten to a point where I'm a little bit bored with looking at some of those, but this is kind of like I'm pushing my luck entirely and I'm not going to get through them all, but I would like to get through some of them, so I thought I would just whack a few on here that I'm interested in. So the two that I'm currently partway through, we do have Gallows Hill, which I mentioned in the last clip, by Darcy Coates. I'm currently only 62 pages in. I'm slowly but surely making my way through this and I am enjoying it. That would count for a horror. One of the prompts is a horror, so that would count for that. Then I do have If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Son. I have made some more progress in this. I was reading it last night while I was on Sprints with Patrons, and I'm now on page 220, but I do still have a ways to go. I've got about 2 hours left of the audio of this, I think, to listen to today. And this one would fit the prompt for paranormal / supernatural. I don't know if necessarily it will count because I'm over halfway, but it would fit the prompt for paranormal / supernatural, so we've got that. I am enjoying that, by the way. And then the rest that I have on here I haven't started yet, and they would fit some prompts. So we have My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. This is obviously a vampire book. I did want to get a vampire book on here, but the specific vampire prompt is vampire book to movie. So I don't own the likes of Vampire Academy. I have read Twilight, so I'm a little bit stuck with that prompt. I don't own a lot of vampire books, I've got to be honest, and this is one of the more recent ones that's made it to my shelves, so this could fit the prompt for a spooky rom-com, obviously. I don't know anything about it, but I think we're following a character. We're following Cassie, who is looking for a new place to live, and she finds somewhere very, very quickly. Her new roommate, Frederick, is far from normal. He sleeps all day, is out all night on business, and talks like he's walked out of a Regency romance novel. I think it's going to turn out that he's a vampire, so that's intriguing, and I think it is going to be quite the rom-com. Then we have Killing Stalking Volume 1, which is a graphic well, it's like a, is it a memoir? Is that what they're called? A memoir. So it's read the usual way, but it's in colour as well, a bit like Solo Leveling. And this one is following Yoon, who's a scrawny and quiet man, has a crush on one of the most popular handsome guys in his school at Sangwoo. After the two cross paths again, Yoon's feelings grow in intensity until they become an obsession, and he breaks into Sangwoo's home. But what he sees inside is not the Sangwoo of his fantasies. His dreams of this alluring man abruptly turn into a nightmare. Interesting. I don't know if this is going to affect me on the stalking side of things, but there is a prompt for spooky graphic novel or manga, so, and I really have, this has been staring at me since it made it to my shelf, so I really want to get to that. Then we do have Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak, which is one of the books off of my October TBR, which will leave me with Starfell, Willow, Moss and the Magic Thief, and then also House of Salt and Sorrows. I'm not too fussed about getting back to either of those, to be perfectly honest. Starfell I am already partway through, so I could push that onto my final book support group TBR for next weekend, but that's already looking hefty, so maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. At some point I will finish it. It is the final book in the series. But this is also on that TBR. This is a thriller, so there is a prompt for thriller or murder mystery. I thought this was actually a horror, but it's a thriller. Following Mallory, who's delighted to have a new job looking after gorgeous 5-year-old Teddy. She's been sober for 1.5 years, and she's sure her new nannying role in the affluent suburbs will help keep her on the straight and narrow. That is until Teddy starts to draw disturbing pictures of his imaginary friend Anya. And I think as we go on, the pictures get more and more disturbing and people are convinced that it's not Teddy that's now drawing them. And we do have the illustrations in the book as well. I'm very intrigued about this one and have been since it made it, well, since before it made it to my show. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then the last one is Slewfoot, A Tale of Bewitchery by Brom. I've had this on my shelves for a while now and I've been waiting for the audiobook to come out, and I knew that it would eventually because there's been other audiobooks for his books. So yeah, I am looking forward to this one. There is a prompt for a, where is the prompt? Witchy vibes, and this is A Tale of Bewitchery. And we're following a young girl, I believe, called Abatha, who is a, oh, she's not that young, a recently widowed outcast, alone and vulnerable in her pious village. And an ancient spirit awakens in a dark wood. And I think they start communicating and she starts to use him. I'm not sure 100% what's going on here, but I'm excited. Again, has some very creepy illustrations in here as well. Where are they? They're pictures, actually. Full-on pictures. So yeah, I'm intrigued by this one too, and I've heard fantastic things. I know Cody's read it recently and she really loved it, so I'm looking forward to getting to that one as well. So that is my stack for over the next few days. So I do have today, the rest of today until I go to Andy's later on around 6ish maybe, so I have about 5 hours. And then we do have all day Monday and most of the day Tuesday as well. I do have an appointment at 9:30 in the morning for my physio because my appointment was cancelled for this morning because my physio was ill. So it's been rearranged for Tuesday morning for 9:30, and then I will be going to Andy's in the evening. But otherwise I have the whole day. I will have some filming to do Monday, but otherwise it's just total reading. I will be going to actually my brother's Tuesday evening because it's Halloween, so I want to go out trick-or-treating with Thomas, and then I'll go to Andy's. So I will be leaving earlier in the day than I usually do. I'll probably leave before school finishes actually. So that is my plan for the rest of today and the weekend, and then Monday, Tuesday next week. And I'm hoping to fill this vlog. I've edited this vlog up until this point, and it's currently about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and the majority of it is unboxings. I would apologise for that, but I kind of like the combo. I did ask my patrons what they would prefer, whether to split the unboxings up and do it as like an unboxing vlog and then have the October vlog, or whether to just keep it all together. And they said you might as well keep it all together. I don't tend to watch unboxings unless they're in a vlog, so I've decided to do that, and it's just going to be one long ass vlog. And I know at the beginning of this vlog as well, I just really very quickly want to mention this. I mentioned that I was going to try and read House of Leaves the rest of this month. I haven't touched that book since I mentioned it. I do want to come back to it. I just have a bunch of other stuff that I want to prioritise right now. My physical read is obviously Gallows Hill, so I'm not going back to House of Leaves just yet. I may try and come back round to that potentially next year and try and do a vlog for it maybe. But I did just want to mention that very quickly because I didn't want to forget about it again, and it's just staring at me actually. Didn't want to forget about it again and then not come back round to it. I am also still partway through Divine Rivals, but I haven't made any more progress on this, so I am going to bench that for the time being, and I will come back round to it again at some point. There is a special edition of the F1 Readathon for my patrons in November called the Box Readathon, which is essentially to read subscription box books. So I may be able to fit that on that TBR if I don't get round to it in the meantime. But I just wanted to give you a quick update. So yeah, I'm going to try and take part in Vampathon. I'm very excited. I've just took a picture of my TBR so that I can upload that today because that is the first Instagram prompt for the readathon. And I'm going to have a quick look at some of the other Instagram prompts as well and see whether or not I can take some of those while listening to the rest of If I Have to Be Haunted, so that I can finish that off and start on something else. So that's my plan. So I'm going to go and I will check back in with you when I've another update for you. Okay, hello. It is significantly later in the day. It's 22:05. I'm just waiting for my drying to finish so that I can finish packing my bag and then make my way to Andy's. But I have some reading updates for you. So I have now finally finished If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun. I enjoyed this. I thought it was good. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. I thought that the storyline was great, the plot was great. The world building was a little bit all over the place. I did feel like there were too many convenient things happening as well in some places. And some of the problems were solved very conveniently, but I enjoyed the story overall. I don't know if this is supposed to be a standalone or it's going to be a series. It was kind of left off that it could have been completely wrapped up and then there was an epilogue that could have made it into a series. I think I've seen somebody else on Goodreads say that it's going to be a series and they're not sure how, and I'm kind of with them on that, I'm not going to lie. But overall, 3.5 stars. It was not bad. Still so beautiful. One of the prettiest books I own, 100%. So yeah, this one was fine. I enjoyed it. And then I did go on to Killing Stalking Volume 1. I've just finished this. Katie Colson and Gavin. This is all your fault. Sorry, I have a cracking headache and I've got real pain like right here and behind this eye, and it's killing. This is killing. This is all your fault, guys. This was all kinds of fucked up. I don't know how to explain it. We're following Yoon Bum, who has this crush on this guy called Sang-woo, and he ends up kind of, it's so weird actually, because I thought the stalking would be the majority of this and it's not. It happens quite early on and it doesn't even go on that long before almost the tables kind of turn, and he ends up in a situation now where Sang-woo is not the person he thought he was, and Yoon is now in a little bit of a sticky situation, pun intended. I don't know where this is going to go from here, but I am so thoroughly intrigued that I've ordered the second one. And it's coming tomorrow. I won't be here, but I am thinking that when I get home on Sunday, I might actually read the second one. So yeah, this was a million ways fucked up. I would check the trigger warnings before you even think about picking this one up. The stalking wasn't too horrific, which is great news. But it is very graphic. It is very violent. There is manipulation in here. It is, just check the triggers. It is fucked up. Like, a million times fucked up. My review on Goodreads, I gave it 4.5 stars. My review on Goodreads is this was all kinds of fucked up, and then the little asterisk runs to get volume 2. Side eye. That is my review on Goodreads. Very bizarre. Oh, also trigger warnings for self-harm in here as well, so just be wary of that too. Not actively on page, but discussion with scars as well, so just be wary of that going in as well. But yeah, all kinds of fucked up, and I am ready to pick the second one up. If I had it right now, I would be diving straight into that, but I don't have it yet, so it's on its way. And I am ready. Part of me doesn't know whether to just buy the 4 volumes that are available. Volume 5 comes out the day after my birthday, and volume 6 comes out, is it volume 5 and 6 or volume 4 and 5? Either way, the next one then comes out in April. So I am ready to continue being messed up. Anywho, I am now going to go on to My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. I don't know how much I'm going to get into this today, but I'm going to give it a bash anyway. I kind of want to save Slew 4 and Hidden Pictures for when I get back from Andy's on Sunday. I do have Marvel watch along. We're watching Miss Marvel this time, I think. Albeit I haven't watched the first 3 episodes, so how much of that I'm actually going to watch, I don't know. But I may just end up reading, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go into this one now. We are following Cassie, who needs a new roommate, and then it turns out that her new roommate, who she ends up with, Frederick, is sleeping all day, out all hours of the evening, and then I think she finds out that he's a vampire. And it's going to be a romance, and I'm hoping that this is going to be like a spoopy rom-com, maybe. We will see, but I am looking forward to it. I know that Fairyloot have done a special edition of this, and I didn't get it because I didn't think it would be up my street, but so many people have told me to pick this up. So I am intrigued, and this is what I'm going to move on to next. I'm kind of ploughing my way through these books, I'm not going to lie. What I'm going to take to Andy's this weekend as well is My Roommate is a Vampire, and then also Gallows Hill by Darcy Coates. The way I've been reading this is that at night, once he's fallen asleep, if we get to a point where we've finished whatever we're watching, or I'm not in the mood to continue watching that, I then go ahead and read a few chapters of Gallows Hill on my Kindle. I did download it on my Kindle. I think I've already mentioned this, just because I read quicker on my Kindle than I physically read. But yeah, so I've just been making my way through it in little dribs and drabs like that, but I do need to prioritize this and get back to it. So those are the 2 books I'm going to take with me to Andy's this weekend, and then Hidden Pictures and Slew 4 are going to stay here, and I will come back to them when I get back on Sunday through Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, that is my plan. So I'm going to carry on with that. I'm just waiting for the drying, and then I can pack and go. I've already said that. So I'm going to go and make a start on My Roommate is a Vampire and see how this goes. Say hiya.
Hiya.
What we're watching?
What are we watching?
Sing the song.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Halloween Town.
Now it's pumpkin sings. When was that?
Okay, howdy. It is Sunday. It's currently 10 to 4. And I've just got back from Andy's. I do have some very quick reading updates for you. And then guess what? A couple more things for Max. Gallows Hill by Darcy Coates even. I'm still slowly but surely making my way through this. I've read 30 pages today, so I'm now on page 92. It's taking me ages to get through this, but I am making some progress. So the creepiness has started happening. The creepiness was happening anyway, to be fair, but it has now, you know, the whole haunting stuff has now started. And then My Roommate is a Vampire. I have made a decent dent in, actually, 85 pages. I did that on Friday. I didn't read anything yesterday, but I did that on Friday, and my intention is to try and finish this evening and maybe start something else. So I'm really enjoying this so far, so I am going to continue on with this evening. And then as far as unboxings are concerned, I did have an Amazon parcel. I've opened it, and it was Killing Stalking Volume 2. I would really like to pick this up. So I am debating finishing My Roommate is a Vampire and then going straight into this one, because I'm so intrigued about continuing on with this. If I do that though, I know full well I'm going to end up having to order the 3rd one. immediately. So I'm tempted. I am very tempted. I'm going to see how I'm feeling once I've finished My Roommate is a Vampire. I am absolutely shattered today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't get a great deal of sleep over the weekend. Last night I had Thomas for the evening. Actually, it was from about 3 o'clock right through till about 11:30, 11:45. So it was literally the entire evening. Tara's salon had like a 20-year anniversary, so they went out for some food and had clients round and drinks and snacks and stuff like that in the salon. So yeah, it was a nice little night out for them too, and I had Thomas for the night and I put him to bed and stuff, but I was just really tired. And then today I've been nodding off all day. I've been in and out of sleep all day. I mean, we haven't done a great deal, to be fair. We have just kind of sat in bed and watched a bit of Gold Rush. Andy played some PlayStation while I read some Gallows Hill, and then I've watched the first half of Liverpool before I've come home. But I am hoping to get some sprints done this evening, so fingers crossed, whether that be with Jade or myself. But then I do also have the Evernight box from Illumicrate and the Feraloot YA. I think this is probably my last Feraloot YA. I have actually cancelled my subscription with the YA box because I'm just not reading much fantasy YA at the moment. It's more like it's more adult fantasy that I go for, or romance fantasy. So I have cancelled my box, which is fine. I still get the Feraloot adult box and I'm very excited about that box. So this one is the Evernight box from Illumicrate, which is their quarterly, I think, horror box, and I'm really excited. This is the second one. We got Silver Nitrate in the first, and I know what the book is for this one, and I am super stoked. I do want to get to this one soon, actually, to be fair. So this is the card for this month, October, and oh, we have an extra little card in here as well with some recommendations, I think, from the publisher. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those out of the 8. Interesting. And then we've got the book. I'm not gonna lie, I love the original cover of this, so I'm intrigued to see what they've done to it. It looks like it's terrifying, to be fair though. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Oh Jesus, that's terrifying. Okay, so this is Last to Leave the Room by Caitlin Starlin. This cover is absolutely terrifying. We've got black on the top, black on the bottom, and then down the edge we do have quite the match for the front and back cover. This is absolutely terrifying. We have a signed book plate from Caitlin, and then on the inside we do have this on the end papers, which isn't blurred. It is actually, it looks like that. And then underneath the dust jacket looks like this. On the hardcover, sorry, the dust jacket doesn't have anything underneath it. So I have read the synopsis of this and it sounds really good. I had my eye on it before I found out what the book was going to be for Evernight. The city of San Rico is sinking. The basement belongs to Dr. Tamsin River, the arrogant, selfish head of the research team assigned to find the source of the substance is sinking faster. As Tamsin grows obsessed with the distorting dimensions of the room at the bottom of the stairs, she finds a door that didn't exist before. One night it opens to reveal an exact physical copy of her. This doppelganger is sweet and biddable, where Tamsin is calculating and cruel. It appears fully, terribly human, passing every test Tamsin can devise. But the longer the double exists, the more Tamsin begins to forget pieces of her life, to lose track of time, to grow terrified of the outside world. With her employer growing increasingly suspicious, Tamsin must try to hold herself together long enough to figure out what her double wants from her and where the mysterious door leads to. It sounds so interesting, so I am very excited about that. I'm not sure I'm keen on this cover, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have minded like a you know, a reverse dust jacket with the original cover on the other side. This is the original cover and I actually prefer that over this, but it is very cleverly done. It's absolutely terrifying, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, so that is the Evernight book for October. And then the YA box from Feraloot. Just too much on my desk right now. Rubbish. Okay, we have the spoiler card. Enchanted Forest for the month of October. So we have this cute little mushroom box, which apparently has a mushroom spoon in it. Look at that. And it says, where is it? Happily Ever After on the side. That is adorable. Oh my goodness. Cute. Then we have this little pouch. Oh. Okay, that took me a hot minute. Jesus Christ. We have, ouch, we have these Alice in Wonderland inspired bag clips. Essentially they're like food clips. I don't have any food in the room right now to show you how it works. It took me ages to figure this out. But I assume you put like the seal of your bag here and then clip it and it will keep it, you know, fresher for longer. Nice. Then we have a photo album that looks like this. Definitely got an Enchanted Forest vibe. Very nice. Then we have the Forest Grimm embroidery kit. Interesting. Ooh, you get like a little ring. I wonder if they give us a design because I would absolutely try this project. I've never embroidered before in my life, but I would give it a bash. They do! You can make this. Cute. And you have the fabric, and inside you've got all of the materials. Look at that. That is adorable. I would 100% give this a go. I don't know whether I would end up finishing it because of my ADHD, but I'd give it a go nonetheless. Do we get any sewing needles? We do not. I suppose they have to draw a line somewhere. 3 embroidery needles. Oh, you are meant to get some needles. I don't appear to have any. I do have sellotape in my hair though. Okay, so I won't be able to do that unless I can get myself some needles that are the right size for the project. But nice thought, nonetheless. We do have the tarot cards. We have Constance and Sophia from Cinderella is Dead, which I have read and enjoyed. We have some Emily Wilde overlays. I do like me some overlays, but I DNF'd Emily Wilde, so that is a shame. But these are very pretty indeed. Oh, why don't we get some overlays like Akata or Amina Al-Sarafi? That was a well-loved book. I mean, I'm being selfish because I didn't like Emily Wilde, but I suppose it fits with the theme. And then we do have the book. So we have the matching bookmark as always. We do have a Dear Reader letter with some very nice artwork. The Fairy Scoop. And then the book. We have The Forest Grimm by Catherine Purdy. This is very pretty. Tell me again, Grandma, the story of how I will die. Look at that. How pretty is that? We have black, black, and then colourful down here. This looks like it could be Red Riding. It is signed by Catherine Purdy. The end papers. And then underneath the dust jacket, this is very pretty. Indeed. And sorry, the naked hardcover. And underneath the dust jacket, we do have a reversible dust jacket. Take notes, haven't I? Kidding. I'm not, but I am a little bit. Once upon a time, villagers would whisper their desires to the Book of Fortunes, and its pages would reveal how to obtain them. All was well until someone used the book for evil. Afterward, the branches of the Forest Grimm snatched the book away and the village withered. The villagers tried to make an amends with the forest, but every time someone crossed its border, they never returned. Despite the warning from her fortune teller grandmother, Clara embarks on the journey into the deadly forest to procure the Book of Fortunes, to reverse the curse and save her mother and village. Clara's friend Axel puts aside his longing for her to join the journey. The young travellers have set their minds to defy fate and daring to accomplish what no one else has been able to before. Alas, the forest, alive with dark, deadly twists on some of our most well-known fairy tales, has a mind of its own. A spellbinding new fantasy from #1 New York Times bestselling author Catherine Purdy, where fairy tales come to life with dark and deadly twists. Nice. That actually sounds really interesting, and I am pretty keen for that. So that is exciting indeed. And there will be a read-along for that starting on November 20th. If you have it and you're interested. So yeah, those are the unboxings. That's my reading update. I'm going to go before this clip gets any longer, but I'm going to get some reading done. I'll keep you updated and I'll check back in with you when I have an update for you. Okay, good morning. I have a couple of reading updates. I'm incredibly busy today and I am debating changing all of my plans for the next 2 days. So trying to work that out logistically. But I have a couple of reading updates and then I do have some more book mail, but I'm really excited about this book mail. I've been very excited about all the book mail this month, but I'm really excited about this book mail. So yesterday I did finish My Roommate is a Vampire. Did I tell you about this or not? I can't remember. I really enjoyed this. I think I did. Let's check. No, I did not. So last night I did finish My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. I gave this 4.5 stars, 4 on Goodreads. This was really good. I had a lot of fun with this. It was definitely a spooky rom-com and I just really enjoyed my time reading it. So I'm really glad that I gave this one a chance again. This was another one that has come in this month and then I've read. So I'm doing really well with that actually, and I'm really proud of myself, albeit my backlist is looking at me very judgmentally. But yeah, this was really, really good. Loved the, you know, introduction of like texts via different people and letters and just the way it was told. It was really interesting. So I probably wouldn't be mad if there was a sequel to this either, but I really enjoyed this one. This was great. So had a good time with that one, 4 stars. I then did move on to Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak and I got to page 104. This one is following Mallory, who's been sober for about 18 months now, and she ends up with a new job nannying this little boy called Teddy for this husband and wife who both work full time. Now she's nannying him through the summer until he starts school, and he likes to draw. So the drawings, they start off really cute, very cute drawings, you know, kid drawings. They start off really, really cute. And then as you get through the book, the drawings start to get darker and darker. He's got this imaginary friend called Anya, and Anya keeps telling him what to draw, and the drawings get darker and darker. And I think as we go through the book, they get to a point where you start to realise it's not Teddy drawing these books. Now it's Mallory that always ends up with the drawings. She's on the fence about whether or not to tell the parents how dark these drawings have got. She's unsure what to do. She's worried that they will judge her because of her like previous addiction. Despite the fact that the mother works with vets who have also, you know, are recovering addicts and stuff. So yeah, she's worried about that, and the mother actually is very understanding of Mallory's situation and really wants to give her a chance. She loved that Teddy warmed to her very, very quickly, and really wanted to give her a chance. The father, Ted, on the other hand, did not want to give her a chance to start off with. However, he seems to have taken a liking to her. Strange goings on keep happening in her cabin at the end of the garden, things like that. There is a story of the fact that many, many years ago a woman died and went missing from that cabin as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on in here. The atmosphere is fantastic and I'm really enjoying myself. And I have also now found the audiobook for Gallows Hill by Darcy Coates. Thank the Lord, because this was taking me ages to get through and is getting really frustrated. My patrons have just told me that the audiobook is in fact on Scribd. When I looked the other day, I couldn't bloody find it. So now I have the audiobook for this as well. So I would like to get through that as well. But my priority today is work. I've already filmed 2 vlogs. Sprints have started. I've done thumbnails for 3 videos. Not 2 vlogs, 2 videos. I'm now currently partway through editing one of those videos. I'm hoping to edit both of them today, and then potentially get up to date with the October monthly vlog as well. But yeah, I'm debating what to do with tomorrow, whether to include it in the October vlog or do a separate video for Halloween. We'll see. It's Halloween Eve this evening, so Yeah, but I do have this parcel from Tandem, and I thought I would open it with you because I'm really excited about what's inside. That is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's what she said. So I do have 3 books from Tandem. Thank you to Tandem for sending these over to me. They were doing an autumn mail out. And I'm really excited. I've already read one of these and it's not even out yet, so I'm really hyped. So the first thing we have is Something Wicked by Gretchen Rue, which is for fans of The Ex-Hex and The Kiss Curse. I loved both of those books. So this one is following a witch and stuff. Recipe for a potion to demolish life as you know it. Step 1, pack your life and move to your aunt's old house in a small sleepy town. Step 2, discover that she was a witch. Step 3, discover that you're also a witch. Step 4, add a sprinkle of butterflies for your childhood friend who's suddenly incredibly hot. A dash of prying neighbours who want you to leave their town and never come back. And the key ingredient, a murder on the steps of your aunt's old tea shop, which as it happens is also a magic apothecary. Voila, your spell is complete. Fascinating. I am here for this. That sounds absolutely fantastic and I'm very excited about reading it. Then we do have one of my most anticipated books of the year. I have already read it. It doesn't come out until the 9th of November, but it is Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry. I'm so excited to have this in my hands. I am really hyped. It's very plain under the dust jacket, but on the inside of the end papers we has this. This is set 20 years prior to Legends and Lattes. Viv is a mercenary and she gets injured in a battle. She ends up finding herself holed up in this very small town and she's having to recover while the rest of her mercenary gang carry on with whatever it was they were doing. Now she ends up finding herself making friends with the local bookshop owner who isn't doing too well, and Viv offers to lend a hand, try and build the bookshop up a little bit. She ends up making friends with the local bakery. She's friends with the guy who runs the inn that she's staying in, and she's just making some friends in this town. She's really finding a home and finding her feet in this town, but things start to go a little bit haywire from there, and it's so good. This is the coziest fantasy and I just love this series and I'm having the best time with it. I gave this 5 stars. It was fantastic and I would recommend. I'm so excited to have my hands on this. Thank you again Tandem for this one. I'm so happy. And then the last book is a book that I was on the fence about whether or not I'm going to pick this one up because I didn't finish the Kingdom of the Wicked series and I've actually now unhauled the books. So this one I believe is not part of that series but set in the same world, and it is Throne of the Fallen by Kerry Maniscalco. Now I've loved the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Kerry Maniscalco. I loved Kingdom of the Wicked but I couldn't get through the second book. I ended up putting it down, never came back to it, and I haven't had any push to want to go back to that series, and I've heard book 3 wasn't too great, but I am excited about this one. The back says she didn't want Prince Charming, she wanted a demon. Sign me up. Oh my goodness, that is pretty. Wasn't expecting that under the dust jacket. Nice. So yeah, this one is A Wicked Prince, a Fallen Painter, Let the Games Begin. Throne of the Fallen is a seductive standalone novel set within the Kingdom of the Wicked world, perfect for readers of fantasy, romance and mystery alike. I am intrigued though, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. I did love the world of Kingdom of the Wicked and I am familiar with it because I've read the first one, so I am looking forward to it. I think the demon in this is called Envy, the Prince of Envy. Yeah. So yeah, I am intrigued by this one as well. This is a chonker, mind. 560 pages. So thank you so much to Tandem for sending me these. Truly appreciate you, and I cannot believe I actually managed to get them as well. I'm so excited to have a copy of Bookshops and Bone Dust before it even came out. I'm so happy. I think God knows how many copies I'm going to end up with of that, but I've got 3 copies of Legends and Lattes, so you know. But yeah, thanks to Tandem for sending me those. So I just thought I'd come on, give you that, I'm hoping, really quick update once I've edited it. So I'm gonna go get on with my day and I'll keep you posted on what my plan is with the rest of this video. But yeah, I will check back in with you in a little bit. Hello, okay, I am here to wrap this vlog up, finally. This vlog is already nearly 2 hours without this final update, so I would apologise, but I'm not going to do that. I would also apologise for this, but I'm not going to do that either. This is the last one, I promise, and then we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to tell you what I read throughout the month, excluding all the other vlogs that I did, because I did a lot of vlogs in October and read a lot of books actually, but I only finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within this portion of the month. So within the October, outside of themed vlogs, whatever, you know what I mean. So the book that I have got is My Darling Girl by Jennifer McMahon. I read The Children on the Hill, I think it's called, earlier on this year and gave it 3 stars. I really enjoyed Jennifer McMahon's writing style and I really wanted to get a copy of her new book. So I think this is her new book anyway. 2023, yeah. So first hardcover edition, October 2023. I thought it came out earlier on this year. Anyway, doesn't friggin' matter. This is a thriller and I'm looking forward to picking this one up and giving it a bash. So that is my haul for today. So let's go through the books that I did read throughout this month. And I will then give you an update on Hidden Pictures. So The Last Word by Taylor Adams, I gave 4 stars. I enjoyed this one. It was a good time. Then I do have If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun, which was one of the Fairy Loot books from this month that I actually unboxed at the beginning of this month. I'm really proud of myself for actually reading this one. I gave it 3 stars. It got 3.5 on Corpile, but 3 on Goodreads. I liked this one. It was good, but I do feel like the plot was a little bit, I don't know, not the plot necessarily. Yeah, no, the plot was a little bit all over the place. The world building wasn't great and we were kind of darting around a little bit. It was a fun time though. I had a good time. Then I did finish Killing Stalking Volume 1, which I gave 4 stars, 4.5 on Corpile, and this was all kinds of fucked up. I'm very excited to get to Volume 2 and see what's happening next in all the fuck-uppery. But thank you to Katie Coulson and Gav for this recommendation and for dragging me along on your fucked up train. Chew fucking chew. Then we have My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. I gave this one 4 stars, 4.5 on Corpile. This was a good time and I had a fun time listening to this one, so I would recommend that one. And then last but by no means least, we have Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was a really good time. The story had me very intrigued. I was really hooked. I was desperate to know what was going to happen next constantly throughout the book. The drawings were terrifying and I was really intrigued by the story, and at no point did I predict what the outcome of this was going to be. So it was really, really good. The atmosphere was great. I really enjoyed the characters. I felt like I was really invested in Mallory and Teddy and even his parents, to be fair, as well, and Adrian. So I really enjoyed that. I liked the introduction. I even read actually the acknowledgements as well, and the amount of research that Jason Rekulak went into this to cover the amount of things that are in here. So drug addiction is a really important part of this book, and he went into a lot of research about that. He went into a lot of research about running and sport and stuff, and psychology, because the mother was a psychologist, and it was just really, really good, and I had a really, really good time with it. I think the introduction of the drawings was really well done. The audiobook is very well done as well, in a sense that you basically, so you will get, for example, you will get like text on the page here, and then in the audiobook she doesn't stop talking, she explains what the drawing looks like, which I think is fantastic, especially for example, people hard of seeing or blind people that would like to read a book like this with, you know, the pictures in it. She very in a lot of detail explains what the pictures look like, and I thought that was really, really good. So even if you were listening to the audiobook without having a physical copy of the book, you could still imagine what the pictures would look like. Albeit, to be fair, I think you've got to have a copy of this book, because these images, it's frightening when you get to a point where you go from it just being a child's drawing into a very detailed drawing. It's terrifying because you start to wonder what the heck is going on. But I really enjoyed this one. I haven't run it through Corpile yet, but I reckon it's going to get a 4 star, 4.5 on Corpile, because it was really, really good and I had a good time with it. I know this gets a lot of mixed reviews, which does surprise me, and I am intrigued to go through Goodreads and see what people's negative points were on this, but I thought it was really, really interesting. And then I did also get a chunk into Gallows Hill, which was 92 pages. This is going to move into November, as well as Divine Rivals. I got 71 pages into this, or 71 pages into this. So these are both going to move into November. I would like to complete these in November. I now have the audiobook for Gallows Hill, which is fantastic news, so it won't be slowing me down as much anymore. So yeah, that is everything for the month of October. It's been a very busy month. November's going to be even busier, and then December will be even busier than that. I am absolutely slammed with work, social events, all of the things going on, readathons, things like that. I've got so much going on. I've got such a busy month. So yeah, I'm very excited for November. November for me is half fall and half Christmas. Not that Christmas is a season, albeit, you know, festive season it is to me. So yeah, I am going to keep my decorations up just a little bit longer, but then I will be switching over to Christmas decorations, and I'm really excited to be doing that. Christmas is my favourite holiday of the year, albeit Halloween is very much so up there. It's right on the back end of Christmas. So yeah, I am very hyped. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you've actually made it to the point in which I did start doing some intense reading, essentially, and I hope you have made it to the end of this video. If you have, leave a Halloween emoji, pumpkin, a ghost, a wand, a witch, a vampire, whatever you fancy. I'm intrigued to know how many people actually got to the end of this video because it is so long. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.